It takes courage to rebuild yourself while the world still knows you by your wounds. Bro, sis, just understand, choosing to heal even though you feel like you've lost the battle, that you just lost the battle. You're still fighting the war. You know what I'm saying? You're still getting rid of the identity that you thought was going to be forever about yourself, that somebody taught you to believe in, that somebody taught you to have a limiting beliefs, if you rather. Just know that it's not. No, it's not the end. It doesn't have to be like that. It's not going to be like that. You feel me? It's not going to. Not over here. Over here on this channel, we're building. We're getting the mental framework together. We're finding purpose. We're working on self. We're building better habits. We're changing the paradigm, shifting how you think about yourself. You've been self-inflicting yourself for so long, choosing to stay around a narcissist or choosing to still, think about this. You gotta shift your mind into a direction. You gotta ask yourself, what decisions now is going to further my recovery or make me relapse. You know what I'm saying? For real. The cycle of thinking about this, you have to make a choice to slow it down and control it. It's simple as that. The beginning of my journey, the first thing I thought about was I don't like feeling like this. I don't like feeling where I was at mentally, about myself, emotionally, all of that. So I got into the gym. I started, getting into fitness. I started to just become more aware of myself and learn new things and podcasts and videos and just apply and try and display creativity to myself to confirm to myself that I can get my own validation to me. You know what I'm saying? So just saying this out loud, like, you have to start. You gotta want to start, and you gotta want to fail forward on this recovery journey. Straight up. And it's okay, because none of this is linear. Anybody that tells you on the healing journey, this is not linear. You know what I'm saying? This is a complete lifestyle. When you're really wanting to make a change mentally from this, so that your emotions can get more regulated and be normalized. Because for so long and so often, your judgment is clouded so heavily. Not being able to trust yourself, walking through the mental fog, caught up in the same nightmares, the same moments and these events that you'll never be probably get answers to. You have to draw your own conclusions. But that's what I'm saying. Like, you got to make the conclusion for you. You tell yourself that this is done. Done thinking about this. Done having this sit in my mind rent free every single day. You got to draw the conclusion for you that it's done, and not wait for somebody else to give you that conclusion, i.e. the narcissist. You know what I'm saying? The flying monkeys. Your choice to validate yourself and not be scared of that, it gives you so much more power than what you can possibly know. When you get that awareness that you can, as long as you try, as long as you put in the work to try, you'll defeat the identity that was given to you by most of these people who wanted to see you fall, who wanted to see you have a downfall, who didn't want to see you in a higher version of yourself, and or didn't appreciate the version of you that was around them, that when you were balanced and having that empathy. Listen, okay, here we go. You got to understand how powerful it is when, because I get this a lot. I get this, in my one-on-ones. I get this in, emails. I get this in comments. When you conceptualize yourself to spend the rest of your life with somebody, and you try to make that a real thing in your thought and your mind, That's powerful. The narcissist clearly was not thinking about that. It's hard for them to have that same vision, that same goal. Now they have, why? Because they have that, now they have an expectation. That's why they tell you, don't expect them to be like this, the way that you think that you see it. So because they know you're going to try, but they're not going to try. They can't live up to that. That's why they try to convert you to a whole different way, the narcissist way, the way of the narcissist. But regardless of what I'm saying, like this it's powerful that you took the energy and was trying to make that a real thing. What I'm saying is that same energy needs to be put into yourself to recover, to go forward, to get in a better state of mind, to align with more people that think like this. That's what I'm emphasizing for sure. 2000%. When you create new habits, gym, fitness, wellness, learning, praying, all these things, when you create new habits, when you journal, when you really sit back and ask yourself, you know, if what does the healed version of me looks like? If I can interview the future version of the healed version of myself in the future, what does that look like? How did you feel? How did you feel? How did you get through this? You know what I'm saying? And develop that plan as my future self speaks back to me, because we know what we have to do. You just got to start and try and keep going, and that path just gets more clear as you go forward on what makes you you and what makes it better for you and how it improves you. That path gets clear as you go forward, is what I'm emphasizing. It's just, don't let a lot of the sidebars throw your focus off. Don't let the narcissist direct like hit to throw you off into how they felt about you. Don't let that shake you, bro, sis. Don't let them shake your confidence. Don't let them make you feel like you can't. Don't let them make you feel like you're less than. You're not. You're so not. You're so not on so many levels. You'll always have value and importance. You just got to do the work to find that value and importance and stay on that path. You got to have that autonomy to want to and try and still try, so that you can understand what makes you, what things interest you that you can learn for yourself, and give that skill to somebody else and teach them something. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just developing the framework to continue to grow. And don't let the narcissist stunt you. Don't let these events stunt you. Don't let these events keep you mentally stuck. That's what I'm emphasizing. That's what I'm saying about, like, as you heal, it's not just emotional. At the same time, there's level of work that you have to do. You have to move in this world as you have this perspective, and you have to give yourself the confirmation that you can find happiness after this. You will find happiness after this. You are finding happiness after this. Straight up. You listen to me when I say this. You will always have to learn. You'll always have to grow, whether it's going to be painful or not. You'll always have to. What I'm emphasizing is that when you look back at this moment, you look back at these people, we look back at this time, we look back at whatever it is that got you in that fog. Remember this. You got through it. You got to a better version of you that gotten through that. It's simple. And when you look at it that simple, and you understand that what it took to get over that, because in the moment, it always feels whatever it feels. But after that, once you build and look back after you've built your new emotional stable self, now you can be like, oh, okay. So if I go through this again, and or I'll just know to be aware of the situation, just remove myself quietly. You don't have to engage in meaningless conversations. You don't have to engage in random emotions. You don't have to engage in draining energy activities. You don't have to. You feel what I'm saying? You have a choice. Your choice is to keep your peace and protect that. That's what I choose. I choose that daily. I won't allow myself to be in places and do things where I've had the distractions or drain myself away. Why? I don't need to. It's not that I think that I'm better than, it's just I don't have to. I'd rather have my peace than throw it off and throw it out of alignment just because of something of if it that I could have chose not to do and put that energy into something else or time into something else. It's simple, and people too as well. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to stay around people who talk down on you or say these backhanded compliments to make you feel or that they think that they're better than you. You don't have to be around that. It's a choice. That's why I say, like, a lot of the recovery journey is understanding how self-inflicted that it has been because you've chosen to stay around these things for so long. Trust me, I got it. Trust me, I got it. And when you choose not to stay around these things anymore, and you have to make a new normal reality, the normal reality should be a version of yourself that feels comfortable inside of you, in your skin. You feel me? That's what I'm saying about this journey is work on a daily basis. Shift your paradigm. Shift your paradigm, shift your habits, shift your daily thoughts into what is today that I can put on my task list that is going to add value to me, that I can give value to some other people that align with who I am. You know what I'm saying? For real. Like, when you focus on yourself like that in this way, a lot of the narcissists they'll just feel the energy. They can't approach and talk to you the same way anyway, or toxic people in general. It's not that you think you're better than. There's a separation of when you know that you're not going to be dealing with toxicity. You don't want to. You'll add that self-improvement repellent. You feel what I'm saying? Like, it's just, if for real, like, you'll repel people that can't quite figure out, we were trying to break you, but you're not broken, and that'll disrupt their own reality. They won't even look at you the same and or talk to you because you've already disrupted them by indirectly doing it. Straight up. Just, bro, sis, your future self, your future healed version of you exists in this universe. Yes, they do. Just ask them, how do they get there, and work towards that. Take those steps. Take the necessary steps that you need to do. Don't pawn it off anymore. Like, the more and more that you hold back from just pouring back into yourself and this energy into you to build more, like, the more and more you hold back on it, the more and more you always feel drained. The more and more you feel like you don't really have purpose. The more and more you always feel like you know what I'm saying, I'll always be a lack of. The more and more you feel like you don't deserve anything besides what the narcissist gave you and what they tell you that you deserve afterwards. The more and more you feel like you still need to be in contact with these toxic people, being friends with these people, still hanging around these people in the family, still listening to bad advice, still listening to the narcissists and following their ideas of whatever that is, making yourself feel worse and worse about yourself. Like, they don't care about the outcome of how you feel. They do not. That's why they get on you about when you start to be a drag to the narcissist because you don't know how to carry yourself. No, you've drained yourself a lot. Now it's time to pick up the pieces and rebuild you. Now it's time to start doing that, bro, sis. To rebuild you, piece by piece into the whole individual that you were before you met the narcissist. Straight up. It's the narcissist don't want you to be great. I'm gonna say the narcissist don't want you to be great. There's nothing in their bodies that believes in you being as great as you have shown them for them after they leave you or use you, or however the case may have, you abuse you. They don't even believe in that. They don't have that kind of level of empathy and support for you. That's why it's so hard and so rough to rebuild and gather and get back to, because you don't have that support that you once felt like you had, that you were future faking to thinking that you had. That's why it's important that you put all that energy of thinking about all these things with this individual into you, and learn how to sustain that. Straight up. You got to be able to create the identity that you want, not what somebody else wants, but the identity that is going to align with you and the people around you that love you. Be motivated every single day. The discipline you get out of all of these things will stay consistent as you go forward. The discipline will sustain itself because you will love and you will fall in love with the healing process of all of these things. You feel what I'm saying? Your mindset and your shift and how positive that you become once you start to apply these things daily, they just stack. They stack. They continue to stack. And you just keep stacking more and more and more percent. Like, it just, you get into a flow state where you can't be bothered by none of this anymore. People can't bother you. Your peace of mind is so valuable on so many levels when you get into that state of mind to where you've got to just stack into you. You got to stack into you and watch it flow and watch it overflow. Straight up. Your biggest project is you. Your biggest life project is you. You gotta take that serious when it comes to this entire journey. Your biggest project is you. Work on yourself daily. It's 1% is all you gotta deposit into yourself every single day. Is 1% is all you gotta do. Something that is positive. You need a physical 1%, a mental 1%, emotional 1%, spiritual 1%. You know what I'm saying? To really and just continue to repeat that process. And you gotta try things, you gotta find things, you gotta be able to create and display your creativity to yourself, because your brain has to be able to work and function in a way that it can focus and choose not to think about negative things when it has this one big positive project that you're trying to get done for you. I'm so serious when I'm saying all of this. Take the mental framework serious about healing in a way where you improve, you self-improve, you add into you by absorbing the things that would necessarily be uncomfortable or something you're not used to, but you know that you need to be doing it. Is what I'm emphasizing, bro. Sis, trust me. You're healing every single day the moments that you're trying to figure out how to heal. You're healing every single day when you're doing that. I'm so serious. And you're moving towards that because you're teaching your mind to move towards heal. How do I heal? For what do I do? I find things that I like to do, and I just dive in and absorb that. and give more energy into it because it pours back into me because it makes me happy. You're creating your happiness. You're displaying your creativity to yourself so that you can understand that you validate yourself throughout this journey of healing. And I promise you, bro, sis, those 1% days you stack up by doing that, you just, this becomes the last thing that you're worried about is how you survive the narcissist. You feel me? You just get to a point to where it's just information to you that you can archive and inform somebody else so they won't make the same mistakes and or have to deal with the same kind of abuse. You're a survivor. You're a thriver. This is your journey. This is your healing journey. Take it serious every single day. Shift your paradigm. Be positive to yourself and be patient. And I promise you, the path of your healing, it gets clearer and clearer and clearer as you move forward. So I hope this message finds you well. I'm Fonzie Murph, and I'm out. Peace.